MotorhomeDiaries.com.
Today we're in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm with Danny Bedwell, the chairman of the Libertarian Party here in Mississippi. Danny, how's it going?
Everything's good. It's all good.
I'm really glad I got a chance to meet you because of your important role in what happened when we were arrested in Jones County. Can you walk the folks through what happened?
Yeah. Well, as you know, we were going to meet you at on the side of the highway there in Meridian, which is about an hour and a half or so north of where y'all got arrested, and we're going to meet you for breakfast. When you didn't show, we got curious. So a lot of text messages, a lot of phone calls, and you still didn't show. So unfortunately, I had to do my work thing. So I get in my pickup truck, I drive down the highway, and as I'm approaching Laurel, I get a text message from Woody, and it says, "Hey, they've been arrested in Ellisville." Well, I was 5 miles away, so I zip in and try to find you at the jail.
Right, and you, we received a note from you, and you know, we passed along to the guard that we wouldn't be able to make breakfast that morning.
Right. Actually, when I got to the jail, they didn't know. I think it's just been processed in because they didn't know who I was talking about, or the jailer lady said, "Well, you can come back on Saturday and for visiting hours," and well, that wasn't any good. But in the meantime, the network had started, and everybody was involved with it, and it all worked out good.
Yeah, well, it did. I sure do appreciate it. Well, I mean, we're back in Jones County to hold the officers accountable for their criminal acts. But and then I know when after that I went to Alabama, and you and I appeared on the radio together, and so I appreciate that. It was kind of a tough interview.
Yeah, well, I think it was a hatchet job that the talk show host wasn't exactly congenial.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your work here in Mississippi and what you do for freedom. What does the state chairman do? Okay.
What the state chairman is supposed to do is try to get liberty-minded people elected to office. Well, that's a hard thing to do here in Mississippi, so what I find I do is I drive around the state and I spread this message of liberty. We have to educate the populace. We have to educate the citizenry on what liberty is and what freedom is and what it's not.
Well, what is freedom?
Oh, well, do whatever you want. As long as you're not hurting me, knock yourself out, you know. We're against this thing called majority vote, where people can get together and vote to require someone to do something, or require that they don't do something, or, you know, democracy is the three wolves and a duck voting on what's for supper.
It's going to be duck, right?
Yeah, and here in Mississippi there is a large liberty activist network, Campaign for Liberty, We the People organization, Congress. We're real active in that. ResistNet, there's a whole bunch of groups out there that are moving towards this thing we call the freedom movement, right? Liberty movement, and it's my job to guide them.
Well, that's great. And so tell us about the political climate here in Mississippi.
It's a tough one. The political climate is staunchly Democrat and also staunchly Republican, and because of generation after generation, they were Republicans and they were Democrats, and which are both statist in nature, and children in Mississippi are taught that the solution, the cure-all for all of society's woes rest in government, and government is there to solve all your little problems for you, and it's been taught that for generation after generation after generation, and it's a tough road to climb to educate them otherwise.
And of course they're taught this in government schools.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I was telling Pete earlier, my daughter's 9 years old. She's in the 4th grade. She brings home her report card, and I look at it, it's all A's and everything's good, and I flip it over and I'm looking at how they come up with all the different grades. And under citizenship, it says, and I'm going to paraphrase here, but it said, to get an A in citizenship, you need to sit down, shut up, and do what you're told. And I said, honey, that's not it. She's 9, you know, so I said, honey, that's not really true. The good citizen will stand up and say no. The good citizen will stand up and say, not on my watch, and I will not. So it's something that we have to teach our children. Yeah. It really is. Our government schools have taught our children that we do live in a democracy, and if you want something, just vote it away from them, and the government will take it away from them.
Right. And yeah, it's democratic, but doesn't mean that that's moral.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Danny, I sure do appreciate everything that you and Woody and the Libertarian Party of Mississippi have done for Motorhome Diaries, and I just want you to keep up the good work.
I'll sure do. We've got generations of work to do, and we're going to do it.